Hey everyone, back once again with another afternoon Wonka stream here. Gonna be continuing on the engine room, basically where I left off yesterday evening, with this right here. So yeah, I'm gonna just basically keep on going. I would like to get this center portion finished today if I can. And then maybe if I have some more time to start adding in the other things that will be around the room. When I mean get this finished, I mean just the building. I probably won't be doing the lighting features just because that usually I'm expecting to take a while to get that to work. I'll have enough time to probably do basically at most a 2-hour stream today. I have something that I need to do at 2:30. If possible, I might try to do another stream later today, this evening. No promises though on that. I'm not exactly sure what my evening will look like. And then I'm hoping to do at least one stream either Saturday or Sunday at some point. So that's what the future is going to be, I think. Okay, so I was sort of in a rush. I didn't have enough time to prepare before the stream started. So on my laptop beside me, I'm going to pull up an image that I want to use sort of as a reference for the middle portion here. So just bear with me for 1 second. Okay. So basically, I have two different ideas that I'm thinking of. I can either make sort of like a spike looking thing, or I kind of also want to do a similar design to how I did the TV room, where I had like this hourglass shape. And I'm leaning towards that, although I want to use like sort of a mixture of the two if I can. So basically I want to do like a design in the center here. Another base, but I'm not going to have any windows inside of it. I don't think. So I'm probably going to use gray concrete. Hello, commentary. Nice to see you. I don't really remember what the size of these circles are. Oh wait, I don't want a spear. I want a cylinder. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And I'm gonna, because it's going to be going inward and then again, so if we're looking at it from this side, it's going to eventually come up, go in, and then once it gets about a little up more than halfway, I can either just continue it off into more of like a point, or I can make it go back out, very similar to how the TV room looks. So I'm not sure yet what I want to do. I might try the TV room design first, and then if I don't like it, if it looks too similar, I might, change some things. I also don't necessarily have a plan for the machinery that I want to be on the outside here. I think it's going to be kind of rough figuring that out because there is a large amount of space here, larger than it seems, to fill up with things. I think I want this base to be 1 block higher than the slab. Oh, I wanted to make that smaller. Alright, I guess that's 2 blocks taller, but I think it looks fine. Okay, so one thing I actually want to do. Normally I would have done this before the stream started, but I just didn't have time. I want to go over to the TV room real quick, and I want to take a look at exactly how I did the towers, because I want to make sure they're not the exact same thing. We'll just go, yeah, we'll just go the long way, it's fine. I wasn't planning on starting the stream so early today because it seemed to be a little bit better, like how I did yesterday where I started a little later. It seemed like more people were able to watch live during that time frame, but my schedule changed today, so I had to do it a little bit earlier than I was planning. So basically, what I've been talking about is I want to do something similar to this. I think it gives off a reactor vibe pretty well. And it's sort of, actually, I kind of like the fact that I used light blue here, and I'm using light blue in the engine room. It sort of makes it seem like the devices are similar, so it makes sense that they're of similar build. One thing I do need to do, though, I haven't done yet, is go back and remove all these sea lanterns and use light blocks instead. A very large truck just drove by. I don't know if anyone heard that. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to see exactly how... I wasn't sure if I just used circles going all the way up or if I did something else, but that seems like what I did, so... Alright, go here. What might end up happening is later later today, this evening, tonight, whatever, if I'm not able to stream, I might still at least put some time in off camera and try to get this room further along in completion. What I'm thinking might be cool, so on that what we just looked at, it was very skinny, and then at the top there was a sphere. What I might do instead is I might just do this at the top and have it connect so it actually goes into the ceiling, but these things right here do not. I actually kind of like that idea, and it would probably be beneficial if I put this in up top first before I start putting in glass. So that was a size 15 circle if I remember, and then it was 14 for the smaller one. So I just gotta get the center real quick. There, and wait, which one was it? That one and that one, yes. Just so I can see what I'm doing. And then, do I have space on top of here? Yeah. I don't care if this, like, breaks through the top, obviously. So I need to be standing here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So 15, that should have been on the level that I want it. It was not. I see. I did not take into account the fact that this slopes down, so I need to actually raise that down, maybe to here. I mean, go a little bit lower. Once again, the style of these streams is just a sort of live building where I work through things as they happen. It's sort of an informal stream, laid back, so for people watching the replay on YouTube afterwards, that's what I'm going for. Okay, yeah, that is what I wanted. I'll keep that there for now. Oh, actually, I need those. Okay, so I did 4 layers and then 2 layers. Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you in chat. I'm gonna actually make this one slightly smaller. I'm gonna do 3 layers on the first instead of 4. But this will still be 2. That doesn't really help. You know what would help me on my end is usually when I'm on my PC at night, I turn the brightness on my monitor down. So I'm going to turn my brightness up on my end just so I can see better what I'm doing. Since the sun is out right now over where I live. Alright, that makes it much easier for me to see. Alright. So I'm gonna basically just start going in with the light blue glass in a similar style to the TV room. That is odd how that was placed. 12 be better. I might stay with 13. Yeah. 13 is fine. So I'm gonna try to shape it so the angle, the curvature is harsher towards the bottom, and then it smooths out as it gets higher up. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I noticed that this morning that I got past 100. So that was cool. Alright. No. I want to do it starting there. Yeah. Basically, I'm just gonna try to do this, you know. Yeah, sure, I can do that in a few minutes. In fact, I'll do it now because this is a good stopping point because I'm going to start going from the top down. You know, yesterday, whenever I was streaming, towards the end, when I wasn't talking as much, I was just like focusing on the building. I was thinking that to myself. I'm like, yeah, the stream is probably pretty quiet. I might look into that. You know, just some. Well, this isn't really gonna help. Well, actually, yes, I can. Go here, then I'll go to the nut room. So I was thinking of figuring that out while when I'm unable to stream in the coming weeks. I'll basically be just like laying in bed, so I will be able to figure that kind of stuff out then. I'll have the time for it because I have nothing else to do. What am I doing? We'll just go for a ride here, why not? Yeah, I have everything turned down because I've just always been this way. I don't like having any I don't really like using audio when I play Minecraft. If it's just me playing by myself, I usually just have the sounds muted 100%. And during the stream, I turn them on a little bit. But it kind of drives me crazy just listening to it. And I never play with Minecraft music on. Ever. In fact, I think yeah, I usually do audio 50%. But I can turn that back up because I was breaking a lot of glass a day or two ago. And that sound is annoying. I haven't taken the minecart rail in forever. I feel like eventually if I do add some background music, I'll probably end up just doing generic lo-fi. and not themed, because I don't want, well, my entire channel was focused on Wonka, obviously, but I don't think I want to go that far with it, if that makes sense. The parts where it slows down here is just so the person writing gets a chance to look into the scenery like how it is in the movie. So you're talking about this part, right? Because down here is where we were talking about yesterday. I have the command block there that just teleports the player. I just realized I need to go back and replace all these lights still, so you don't see them. And then going through, this teleports you up to the top. Just like that. Yeah, here's all the exploding candy room. I actually do have an elevator stop here. I put in this little bridge into one of the towers. Yeah, right. Yes, I did. Because of the, I wasn't sure that if you did the, like, game rule thing, if that applied to everybody who would download the map. Because I don't want people's screens to be cluttered with the text. And then here, I'll show you. Like, when the fireworks turn on, the command blocks relay everything. I always forget where this is, so as you will see, it'll constantly be full with how many blocks. Will that like save it for the actual save file itself? So like if a separate account on a separate computer downloaded it, would stay that way? Okay, and I can just do that in the chat, right? Like, well, let me wait for this to stop first, because it's gonna spam for a little bit longer. Okay, cool. Alright. Said game rule. That's a... Oh, okay, command block. Output false. If you couldn't tell, I'm not much of a command block user. Oh wow, that is like super helpful. Thank you for that. Yeah, that makes things so much better. The only annoying thing is, like, what is my FPS? Yeah, the reason I keep these off most of the time is because it lowers my FPS by a solid, like, 15 every time I'm over here. It probably isn't noticeable on the stream, though, because the stream is only 60 FPS. But yeah, I'm really happy with how these fireworks turned out. It was something that I really wanted to try to get the effect for. I still need to move this lever, though, to a better spot. Probably inside of one of the towers where I have that bridge. But yeah. It's a cool area. I never built this area before. I never got this far along in any other factory I made. So it took me a while, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then I can, I'm just going over here to teleport back. Yeah, talking about the sound thing again, I feel like I'm in the minority where I'm like probably one of the only people who plays this game with no sound whatsoever. So that's, yeah, that's why it's quiet. Although I think I have it on. Yeah, it's on. Just not the music. Yeah, no problem. I'm not over there a whole lot, you know. So, it's nice to go visit it every once in a while. Yeah, that's also a popular thing, I'm sure. Especially with Minecraft, it's like such a good game to do that for, you know. Oh, I don't need this. I already have it there. Also do that for games like Rocket League, where you can just kind of, if you're playing casual, you can just sit back, relax, and chill. Okay, I have to think. I believe that's a size 13 that I want. Oh, you said F3 plus D, right? Alright, cool. I just wanted to get all that crap out of there. Alright, so how many levels did I do? I did 2 singles, and then 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, that is part of the plan. I'm gonna have a lot of, basically I'm gonna try to put as many like flashing lights, and I actually do want fireworks going off inside of here as well. Ideally, if it wasn't at the cost of performance, I would fill the entire thing up with command blocks with fireworks, so it just looks like it's going crazy in here, but I'll see how far I can push it to a point that it wouldn't like destroy a low end PC if people really wanted to play, you know. Cause what I do sometimes is, so like this is my main computer obviously. I also have a laptop, just like an HP laptop that I bought for school a few years ago. So not intended for any gaming applications. And every once in a while I take this world download and I put it on my PC, on my laptop, excuse me, and I test out the performance on there. And the exploding candy room will bring that laptop to its knees. So, I try to be mindful of that when I'm adding stuff. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. Wait, what? Oh, that was right. I just couldn't. It looked like it was wrong. Okay. 3 and 3. That is something I'd be potentially interested in whenever that time comes. It's probably going to be a few weeks, though. I don't want this to come off the, like, so I'm very appreciative of, like, help and, like, recommendations and stuff, but I also am hesitant on doing too much of that, just because I'm not really that big of a collaboration person. At no fault of yours or like anyone that even approaches me with that. It's just something like a weird mental block I have myself where I really prefer to do things like it being a mostly like my creation. And for some of the stuff like we were talking about earlier with like the sliding front door and potentially a few other fixes, like that would be something that would be totally cool that, you know, and I would obviously give credit to you for, but anything that's too much more than that, I usually stay away from, if that makes sense. I don't mean for that to come off as rude. Damn it, I did it again. You know, I'm just gonna do this whole thing. Jeez. Yeah, I get that. That would be cool. And that would be, you know, I would, even if, unless you explicitly didn't want it, I would definitely, you know, if we do some of the stuff we were talking about earlier, I definitely would give you credit for it, for that. And like I said, unless you actually didn't want it, then I wouldn't, obviously. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's, I'm not much of a, like a multiplayer game person. I don't know how to describe it. Generally, I think it's not a personality flaw of myself, but I'm a very lone wolf, I guess, kind of person. Oh, damn. But I'm definitely like open for help and recommendations. I feel like it's something hard. It's hard to describe exactly. I think another part of it is I wasn't expecting, I don't think, the this build to get as much attention as it did. I was expecting to throw it up on like Planet Minecraft and make a YouTube video of it, and I was hoping for like a few hundred views and for like a handful of like people who favored it on Planet Minecraft. And now, like a few months later, that on Planet Minecraft it has like over 50 diamonds and like 30 some like follows or whatever. I had like 30 people subscribe to me on playing on Minecraft, and then my first video has I think like over 13,000 views, which I was not expecting that at all. So it was kind of like weird to like have so many people like it and take interest in it. I'm very happy for it, all of it. But it was definitely odd because I'm not used to that sort of thing. I couldn't imagine how people feel to get like millions, you know, like the people who get millions of views on their videos making stuff, creations. I feel like I wouldn't. I feel like if it got to like when it gets to that point for me, like that, it would be unenjoyable at that point for myself. Because then you got like all the added pressure on top of you. It's nice doing like what I'm doing with such a small amount of people who watch it. I can do like whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't have to have like any pressure or standards for what I want to do. It's a nice part of it being a hobby and not like a job. Okay, I mean, if that's, yeah, that's cool with me. I would never require that, though, of people that wanted to, like, do stuff like you're offering. Thanks for the compliment. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out as well. Obviously, the yellow needs to go away. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 1 o'clock over here, so I have time to go for about another hour. Probably just gonna cut this off for now with black concrete. Well, I guess there's no reason for me to be careful with this. I can just world edit. Duh. Why do I keep doing that when this tower is here? What? Oh. Right. I clicked on that improperly. I'll just fix that real quick later. Cool. Well, I'll just fix this now while I'm thinking about it. Probably would have been faster if I just did this by hand at this point. Yeah, that would look pretty cool. I don't anticipate me ever, or I should say, I don't anticipate me being able to get to the lighting until I have to take my 3-week hiatus. So that'll be like something I'll write down on like a to-do list for me whenever I'm able to play again. Let's see, so let me look at my calendar real quick. I probably won't be able to be back and streaming, at least. Probably until the 2nd or 3rd week of June, if I had to guess. So the way I worked on the reactor-looking thing on the TV room, it was based off the design in the movie, where there were the stripes going up and down it, and then there were rings. I don't want to do exactly the same thing, but I do want to have some rings, because that's kind of like the theme of this, is having rings going everywhere. So I'm probably going to use white. What am I doing? And then I will. So this is the dead center of it right here. And then let's see. Maybe another one right here. Something I'm looking at actually forward to, oddly, about the like when I'm like recovering, I won't have the energy or anything to like want to stream, but since I'll just basically be like laying down or on the couch while that's happening, it'll give me some time to play games that aren't Minecraft, like on the TV, like on my Xbox. I haven't done that in forever. I haven't really played any game but Minecraft ever since I started this last September. Just because every time I'm like, I have some time to play a game, I would rather be making progress on this. But since I won't feel like sitting at my computer desk, and definitely not streaming, I can just sit on the couch and play some other games that I want to play again, or replay. So, in a strange way, I'm looking forward to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to space this out a little bit differently. Okay, that is level with that. How many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in between? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I might have built these layers differently. Oh, no, that's right, I just put that in the wrong spot. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's relatively like it's a surgery. It's like a major sort of surgery, but it's not because of my health. Basically, without getting too specifics of it, I'm donating a portion of my liver. So the recovery time for that is about a month. A month before you're feeling like doing things you normally do. And then 3 months after is when you can go back to being all your normal physical activities. But obviously, since this is just sitting at a desk, it's expected to be about a month until I'm to the point that I wouldn't, like, that I would feel like sitting at a desk again. If that makes sense. Alright, so on the other build, I actually replaced the glass with these. But I think it might look better if I keep it on the outside this time, just to change it up a little bit. A moment like this would be nice to have lo-fi music to listen to, wouldn't it? No, not really. Nothing in particular. I'll probably enlist the help of my girlfriend on that. She's good with production sort of things. Yeah, I don't hate it. I'm gonna do a test just on this one where I actually make it flush. I feel like I'm probably gonna like how it looks like this more. See, this is when I'm gonna turn the sound down a little bit for the blocks. The glass noise is just obnoxious. I feel like I'm gonna like this more and have to go back and redo what I just did. I should have done 2 different tests of it before I did the whole thing. Yeah, I like that more. Bear with me while I redo this. I might also add some campfire smoke in a few areas on this. My internet seems to be doing better today, which is good. Yesterday was the first time that I was streaming, since I started streaming, that I really had any dropped frames. Obviously the internet connection was just a little rough yesterday. I don't really know why. The weather was fine. There wasn't any storm going on. ISP just must have been having an issue in my service area. Oddly, today it was raining. Not storming, but it was raining earlier. But the internet connection is better, which is a little backwards to how it should be. I said that, it's probably gonna drop out now. Just because. Yeah, I like how that looks more. Just as a placeholder until I someday get the effects in here going. I'm gonna get rid of these lights and just put lights around the rings like I did in the TV room. Thanks. Thank you for the compliment. So yeah, I'm just doing this temporarily. It'll look better for the thumbnail that I make for this stream later, not having the sea lantern just randomly inside of it. I say make a thumbnail. I don't really put any effort into it for the streams. I just take a screenshot of the game and then upload it. When I made my actual videos, which it's been a while since I've done that at this point, I put a bit more effort into thumbnails. It's another thing, if you were a serious content creator, you have to worry about all that stuff. Being like, oh man, is this thumbnail not good enough? I got like 20% less views than I was expecting. It's nice being just a little hobbyist. You can just be like, I don't really care if the thumbnail is good. I think I find it fun to an extent. I enjoy video editing as long as the video is like interesting. So like I really enjoyed making my very first video because that was the most editing effort I put into anything I've ever made. And even since then, I've gotten quite a lot better, which is another reason I'm looking forward to redoing it. But I don't really like making thumbnails. I'm not like a big graphic design person. That's not really like a strong suit of mine nor an interest. But I do enjoy video editing. I obviously enjoy recording. or else I wouldn't be doing any of this. This is Forge. This is only a Forge mod, the colored water mod, so thus I am Forge. Whenever I do the replays though, obviously I'm on Fabric for the replay mod, but for the... Yeah, if I ever feel like I'm in need of one, I'll let you know. Usually I'm able to get by pretty alright on my own. In the past I have put up, not on this channel, but for a different channel I used to run, I did put a good amount of effort into it. I just don't like doing it. But yeah, editing's cool. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't need these lights in here. I just need to put the floor in. Oh, well actually... Yeah, that's fine, because I want the floor on the outer ring to be concrete as well, I'm pretty sure. But let me just take a look. Yeah, I'm probably going to replace this floor with something else anyway, so I don't care that it's going to stick out. But yeah, whenever I was making that video, because the colored water mod is only Forge, and the replay mod, unless you want to really have some jankiness, is only Fabric, I was unable to use any of the replay mod features when I was recording the Chocolate River scenes, because I didn't want the water... If you don't use Forge, the water just disappears. So I didn't want that to happen. Oh, I missed a light. I kind of like how this doesn't connect to the top. It might look debatably a little odd, but I actually kind of like it. Maybe I'll also just put some of these, because that's not how it's gonna look when it's done. But for now, I think I'm gonna put these in here as well. But yeah, I plan to do I think some redstone lamps in here. Nothing like crazy, but I just want it lights to be blinking. The craziness will be inside of that. I'm on 1.20.1. Yeah. Luckily it's not too outdated of a version. I'm glad the guy who made the colored water mod updated it one last time before he abandoned it. I'm not a survival Minecraft player anymore at all, so it's not really important to me to have the newest version. Yeah, I think I was doing some research on it whenever around the time I was making that video, and I think I remember people. I came across some forum posts, people talking about using it, but I guess it has some glitchiness. So I think what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to extend the circle a little bit on the inside, because eventually when the time comes for me to actually put the redstone lamps in here, I need some space for wiring as well, so it's not visible. So I should probably just do this now. It'll also mean that I can like hide the sea lanterns for the time being. Well, not wiring. I just meant to say the lamps. I'm gonna have them doing some erratic flashing patterns. Am I gonna hate how this looks if I just do that? I think I'm okay with that. Basically what I was trying to say is I just don't want you to be able to see these from the inside. I just want them covered up. I didn't really want to use the light command blocks for this either. I want there to be an actual block when that time comes. Oh really? It just like worked just like that? Like no weird like having to do any like file configurations or anything? And like the water didn't glitch out? Because that was the problem that was happening. The water was just glitching out. Oh, cool. Thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, so I wanted to eventually make another... Oh, did they? What is the... I'm gonna be honest, I haven't checked the page for it since I downloaded it like 4 or 5 months ago. What was I gonna say? Did they, what, is it the newest version of the game? Because when I downloaded it for 1.20.1, the game was already several updates ahead of it. So I just assumed they abandoned it. But yeah, for the I want to make another like quote-unquote cinematic video. I basically am thinking I just want to remake essentially my original video because I have the skills to make it significantly better, and also because the map has changed so much. But on the other hand, I was thinking of potentially including some of these extra rooms in that video. But I think what I might do is make a separate cinematic video showing these rooms. Not all of them, but I don't think I want to include that in the original video because I kind of like following the path the movie takes. But I still want to show some of these rooms in a like more professional way other than just these live streams. So I think I'm going to make 2 videos. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like when you said that, I was like shocked. I was like, wow, they like brought it back from the dead. But if that other mod, if that was updated, that's good. If assuming then it fixed the problems it was having before, so that's good. When I was doing a bunch of research on how I wanted to do the chocolate river, you know, I was researching it extensively, you know, with resource packs and making your own textures and all that. And there were a few other like commands you could do, and there wasn't even a mention. Like I couldn't even find. Like I found it on like the 2nd or 3rd page of Google whenever I was like Googling things. Like, oh, here's a mod that does all of that for you with like no work required whatsoever. And I was like, how do more people not know about that? It's a really like cool mod. Alright, sick. Thanks, I appreciate it. That'll make doing the chocolate room and tunnel ride so much easier. For the rest of the factory, I don't really, you know, I didn't really need the colored water mod, so... Alright, that looks significantly better. I think this is turning out pretty cool. Still, I'm debating if there's like things I want to do on these arms. I don't want to overdo anything though. This is a very popular shape that shows up throughout the movie. Obviously, it's a little difficult to translate into Minecraft, but they use this thing a lot. So that's why I'm trying this out first. I don't really like it. I just wanted to try it out though. Need something a little more subtle. Let's see, maybe... Maybe something with a wall. Oh, did you hear? Let me pull it up on my laptop. Is that okay? So like, if I put that into a command block and then put like a clock on it, would it basically constantly spawn in lightning bolts? Oh, okay. Let me cover that up real quick. It doesn't spawn lightning bolts, but creates a lightning effect. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm guessing there's like probably a way to change the color. Yeah, that's neat. Does that clip through surfaces? Like, would it clip through the top of this? I guess you have to be looking at it too, right? Yeah. That's cool. So I guess it's sort of based off of like how many blocks you are. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I'll save that just for now. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. All right. might end up just leaving these things as they are. So I think this would look a little weird too. Yeah. The aesthetic of this factory just isn't suitable for detailing. Okay. I think now this would probably be easier if I just do something like this. Oh, that's cool. Do. Couldn't tell if I did that one yet. Let's see. I got your, yeah, that looks pretty impressive having them all stacked up there. So, normally, like, will they flash or will they remain static? That's cool. Yeah, that's actually like, that's like better than what I was picturing, like being able to put in there. No, I think they'd be better if they weren't static. I think having movement would make it look better. How would... I hate how this looks. I'm trying to be conscious of how I blend colors together. I don't want like just a gray mass. I would like to be able to put some white in here. And this is pretty much a good reason. It shows why this build takes me so long. Why it's taking me so long is this is already like, I started working on this room yesterday. That was 2-hour stream. I'm already an hour and a half into this. I've been working on this room for 3.5 hours and it's probably only like halfway done. Yeah, I kind of like that. It helps blend the two together. Yeah, that's true. It's very, yeah. I always kind of... I read the original book like a few months ago for inspiration. And I might be remembering it wrong because I only ever read the thing once. And I don't think I even finished it. But I don't think it's ever really implied that Wonka himself is literally magic. Maybe it is. That's why that's another reason I like the 2005 movie, because a lot of the things he like has made don't make sense. But it's kind of more the vibe that he's just literally a genius, that no one else can think of these things. Not that he's a literal magician. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed watching Wonka. But that was one thing I didn't really care for, is like, he is literally a magician. I rather wish, like, in the 70s movie even, I don't really think that they're like... Oh yeah, Gene Wilder's Wonka, he's just actually magic. That's how he does these things. He just seems like a businessman who is a genius who can make creations that no one else can make. Just because he's good at what he does, though, not because he's magic. You know what? You are true. It does say that in the song. Or not, you are true. You are correct. That is true. But yeah, I think Wonka is a good movie. It just felt not like... I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It just felt too... fairy tale like. Wonka is obviously like a kid's character who is like has many fairy tale qualities, but like his life isn't literally a fairy tale. I really hope they make a sequel to that movie though, because I think that is the best like time frame that we could see, like him in his prime with a factory with workers, and then we get to see it shut down, because we only ever see him at the end of his career. Well, not end, but you know, wherever he's bringing in an heir, and then at the very beginning when he doesn't really know what he's doing yet. I would love to see a movie with him like still being young, but he has the factory making all these things. Like a step up from the Wonka movie factory. I understand why they made it the way they did. Like, it's just, you know, like a repurposed castle. But I wish it was a little bit more impressive than that. But maybe they can do that in the second movie, if they make one. So for that, Yeah, I think that would be a cool angle. And at the end of Wonka, like the chocolate room, you kind of have to show that because I think that's probably what everybody thinks of when they hear a Willy Wonka is the room made of candy. So I understood why like basically the entire quote unquote factory at the end of that was basically just a chocolate room. But if they make a second one, I really hope they take it further. Obviously, they're kind of shoehorned into the style of. Well, I believe I read that movie takes place in the mid to late 1940s. So the second one would take place sometime between the 50s and 1970. So they'd be limited in what they could, like, the sets could look like, because it has to be in that style. But they could really show a lot. It'd be really impressive. And it would give some of the Wonka factory builders in Minecraft something new to make. I would like to see in part of that movie, like, him literally building the factory. Not just, like, it being, like, snap of the fingers and it's magically there. Like, I would like to actually see him, like, constructing it. Like, that would be interesting to me. And then the ending of the movie could be, I suppose, him firing everybody. Or they could take it a little bit further in the timeline and him bringing over all the Oompa Loompas. And then that basically perfectly sets it up for the original movie. I wanted to ask, do you have the new command for what you tweaked? Because I'd be interested in placing some of them inside of here just to see how the lightning reacts inside a contained area. If not, that's fine. I can use this, the original one you sent me. Alright, cool, thanks. You can just see my desktop for a minute, that's fine. Alright. Oh, I need to get rid of that. So I want to put one. I want to try to put it in the center. Okay, that's the center. And then, like, stack some of them. That's pretty funny. So yeah, I mean, I obviously am not like a command block person. So I don't know what I'm asking is even possible. But is there a way to make it spin slower and also not go through blocks? Or not really? What do I think of Timothée Chalamet's Wonka? I think he is good. I didn't think he was great. I think if they do a second movie, he has the potential to get some of the mannerisms of Gene Wilder down a little bit better. And obviously in this movie, he was supposed to be less cynical. He was just like kind of a happy-go-lucky, loving guy. I think he was good. He's my least favorite of the three movie Wonkas, but he's not bad, is how I would describe it. I'm excited to see him in a sequel. I really hope they make a sequel. Because, I mean, Wonka made, like, I think it was, like, the best or second best performing Warner Brothers movie of 2023. I mean, it made, I think, like, almost $700 million globally. So the money is there. Definitely the money is there. Okay. Yeah, that's cool then. I'm trying to think of a way. Maybe it not spinning. Maybe if it was static, it would look better. Just so it's not like twirling around the outside of it. Although I could just, you know, not have like 10 of them. Yeah, not quite sure. Yeah, I agree with you. The only it would be perfect if it just didn't clip outside of the thing, because I wanted kind of like all of the like craziness to be contained inside of the glass piece. But I'm not ruling it out being how it just was. I actually haven't watched that movie. So I only have about 10-20 minutes, like 20 minutes I can go before I have to hop off. So I don't really have time to start anything else in here. But I do have enough time to add in the elevator, which I usually do that last, but I may as well just knock it out now while I can. So I usually do this sort of weird whenever. So I've done this like this tunnel. The closest example I can think of is I've done this for the fizzy lifting drinks room. So that's how I'm shaping this. Something I always enjoy the discussion of, if anybody, like for anyone watching live, if they feel like chiming in, please do, like, what is your favorite Wonka of all the versions? Like, book version, Gene Wilder, Johnny Depp, Timothy Chalamet, musical versions, you know. I pretty much am going to quit streaming. I can only go until a little bit after like 2 p.m. my time today, so I have like about 20 more minutes I can go. And then maybe, depending on what I'm doing this evening, I might be available to do like an evening stream, but I'm leaning towards that's probably not happening. So if that doesn't happen, I definitely am going to try my best to do one more stream this weekend, either on like Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, Gene Wilder is definitely like, I think probably usually like the consensus pick of like, most people are gonna say him. I always go back and forth on it between him and Johnny Depp, honestly, because each one of them brings something that the other doesn't. I like Gene Wilder's version of you never know what he's thinking, and his like warmth, and he's very unhinged. And I like Johnny Depp's because he's socially awkward. He doesn't really care at all about what he says. And he's just kind of strange, you know? He truly is, like, he puts the wonky in Wonka. So I always go back and forth on it, because I was watching a video talking about the 70s movie earlier before I got on. And then I was like, yeah, I really like Gene Wilder. And then I like remember Johnny Depp. I was like, I really like him too. I can't really pick. Wait, I said I wanted to put this over on this side. Yeah. And then I make these 3 high. I really hope I gave myself enough space. I think I did. If not, I just have to move this whole thing over by like a block. Actually, that'll make my life easier. Light this up a little bit here. Oh, I might need to move this over one more. Oh, thank God. I didn't think I was going to have enough space, but I do. So can I get rid of this whole thing? And what about this? Okay, nice. Oh, that's not good. Okay. That gets the job done. Although this might be a problem. Yeah. Alright, I'll just have to... I try to avoid having to build this on this side because it limits what I can do with the elevator decorating. But it'll be fine. And I know that this redstone could be done a lot cleaner. I just do it quick and dirty. It works. This is how I built all of them, and it's consistent, so... This is just how I build my doors. Oh, you know what? For this, let me make sure I do that. Yeah, no worries about it, man. Let me make sure it's not on my end. it seems to be alright on my end. But this is pretty much the tail end of the stream anyway, so if you don't have good connection or whatever, you won't be missing out much for the next like 5-10 minutes. Alright, this is just about finished. Down here I use the light blocks so there's no like ugly carpet that is visible. And now, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame anybody who thinks that, with Depp, because he just is weird. I just really love, like, my favorite thing about his performance are his little subtle, like, extremely subtle mannerisms and emotions he does on his face whenever, like, something's about to happen. Like, I just like that. But I can't say anything bad about Gene Wilder's performance, though. It's a classic. I mean, everybody knows it. Alright. Last thing I gotta do is put these in. And I usually like to add a little button. And now the little walkway is done. I know it's kind of odd to have this here, but I wanted this in this spot instead of being in the room itself. Whenever I was picking what side to build it on, I thought the chocolate river was behind me, and I was like, oh, I want it on the right. Not realizing that I was standing in the wrong direction, so I built it on the left. I wanted it over here, but it's fine. It works over here just as well. I don't usually do this at this point, but I mean, there's no reason not to right now. I'll put the doors in just to complete it a little bit more. And I usually wouldn't put one here, but I think I will. Cool. So yeah, now got the elevator. So I'll get that hooked up one day. And the actual room itself. So I think the next time I stream, whenever that may be, I'm going to start working on the stuff that's going to go surrounding it here. And then I think that'll be pretty cool looking. But yeah, so it's basically just about time that I'm going to have to hop off. The stream came in just under 2 hours, so not too bad. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this one. I appreciate everyone who was watching live and everyone who's watching after the fact as the recording is up. And I appreciate everyone in the chat chatting with me as I was playing today. I appreciated everyone's comments. It always keeps it, I think, a little bit more entertaining when there's some, conversation happening. So yeah, I appreciate everyone, and I'll see you guys during the next stream. Thanks.